Hey Sirujal, hey guys, hey everyone. I'm doing very well. How about you guys? Hmm. Superb, huh? Good to know that. Good to see you too, Mank. I have a request. What is your request? Weekend was very good, guys. Christmas Eve weekend. What is the request, Sachin? Jaldi batao, we have to start now. Shall we start from assignments? Assignments in the class. No, guys, that will not work here. Instructor sessions are for learning the topic. Why don't you guys bring these questions to your mentor? आरवी मेंटोर से क्यों नहीं पूछते? वो लोग नहीं बताते क्या? We are just copies and paste. मतलब I'm not able to understand. Shall I mute you? Unmute you, Arvi? Do you want to tell me what is the problem? We are doing just copy and paste over assignment till date. I have no mentor class. Oh. And they throw out of the topic. Please arrange one assignment session week. Yeah, you guys will have to ask Newton School because see, in some sense, I am answerable to them, right? Because I'm teaching here as an instructor, you know. So if the assignment is not completed, if the lectures are not as per the plan, then it's a problem. So I can take this concern, man. See, I don't mind taking a session. What are the topics of this assignment? Sorting I'll anyway be covering today. Sorting we'll be covering anyway today, guys, so don't worry about that. Quick sort, inheritance. Yeah, we'll be covering these things today. Don't worry about that if that is the issue. Compound interest, quick sort. See, yep. So today, these are the topics that we have for today. Arrow functions in more detail, do while loop, and sorting of arrays. Don't worry, yaar. I think it's their mistake. They will solve it, right? Because it's see, there has been some confusion in this sense that earlier what used to happen is they used to teach DSA first, right? Now the structure has kind of changed, right? So we are doing JavaScript first. So first we need to do JavaScript and then we need to move to this, right? These things. Because right now, what is the problem is that most of you are very new to coding, right? So everyone should understand this. I mean, I understand it. They should also understand it, है ना? मतलब these things, even I can explain all of these things. मुझे तो नहीं problem है, right? But it will take some time, yaar. Hoisting the Amol we've talked about, na? Whenever there is a var variable, it just goes to the top of the function. It's called hoisting. Promises, guys, is very far-fetched यार. अभी तो कहाँ, अभी classes तो सीख लो. Functions आता नहीं, promises कैसे सीखे? When deleted key element, it showed true. Why? It showed that it's deleted. Let's say you have an object which says car1, right? And you say delete car, e dot car, right? So it says true, which means it is deleted. If there was some problem in deletion, it would have said. It does not work. See, no, I can explain it, but I will explain it once I teach you, once I start teaching you, what do you call it? Immediately invoked function, IIFE. How can I teach you right now without teaching that? Your screen पे क्यों draw कर रहे हो मेरी? Tamesh, will you stop drawing on my screen? Out of the topic means which are not covered. They ask and they put the things which are out of topic, sir. This was asked by interview on easy level JS. There's no question of easy or hard here, okay? I don't know what is hard level of JS, right? The point is, आप लोगों ने नहीं पढ़ा है. We've not covered something in class. How can you answer that, right? So what is the point? There's nothing as hard or easy JS, guys. It's what you don't know. It's what you do know, right? Those are the only two things. कल तो होगी, परसों नहीं होगी. ठीक है guys. अरे this बाबा पढ़ने हम we've not reached all these topics यार. We've not talked about this. Time लगेगा ना sir. अरे Amit, that's not the point. It's not that I'm a better coder than you. It's just that I have a few extra years on you, right? So the point is you will also have few extra months very soon, hai na? But if you, this can't happen na guys, that tomorrow I ask you anything in JS, you'll be able to answer. But I'm pretty sure by the end of January that is going to be the case, right? Okay, चलो अब I will start. अरे शुभम भाई, आप लोग start करने तो नहीं दे रहे हैं. Guys, shall I start now? See, one thing I can tell you, in the next 20 classes, after the next 20 classes, all of these questions will not be a problem for you. This is what I can tell you from my side. Okay? What Newton School does, what they ask you is not something which is under my control. Yaar. Cool. Okay, so we'll start. We'll start with arrays only, and we'll start with the concept of sorting. Okay. Just want to cover sorting in some detail and give you a sense of what sorting is, why we use it, what can be achieved when we are using sort, right? So let's say there was an array, right? So I'll say const myArr is equal to 1, 5, 3, 2, 0, -1, -2, right? So if you look at this array, what can you say about this array? So one thing which comes to my mind immediately is it's not sorted, right? So what does a sorted array mean? A sorted array essentially means that the elements inside the array are arranged in some particular order, right? So so this array, if you look at it, there can be multiple permutations of this array, right? So I'm just going to make it let so that it's easy to change later on. So right now my ARR looks like this, okay? But another permutation could be -1, sorry, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And yet another permutation of this guy could be, I'm cheating, but don't mind me. Right? So basically now we have three types of arrays and they look like this. I'll just print them, my ARR, sorry, my 2 and my ARR 3. Okay, let's just understand this, what has happened here. So in my ARR, you have elements in some random order, right? In my ARR 2, if you look at the elements, they are in this order that it just forms like a step, right? So you have the least element first, फिर उससे थोड़ा ज़्यादा, फिर उससे थोड़ा ज़्यादा, and you just keep increasing, right? So this guy is called sorted in the ascending order, right? What is ascending order? सबसे जो छोटा है to the left, सबसे जो बड़ा है to the right. Cool. Similarly, if you look at my ARR 3, in that order is simply reversed. Okay. So what was the biggest is at the start, and you keep going, like you're going down the stairs, right? So 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2, right? My ARR 2 and my ARR 3 are examples of sorted arrays. Okay. So what is a sorted array, guys? A sorted array means something in which the elements are arranged either in a increasing order, right, or in a decreasing order. Everyone clear what is sorted array? Yes or no? Clear hai sabko, guys? What is a sorted array? Okay, so this is very clearly a sorted array. Okay, these are the two sorted array. Now the question comes, how do I achieve this state? Hai? That's where the fight is, correct? So, of course, as we are using JavaScript, and JavaScript has functions/methods available for everything, there is obviously a method which is available for sorting the array. Okay. So the technical part is we need to learn how to use this method. Okay. And of course, there are various in the world of computer science, there are just too many algorithms on sorting. Okay, right? So if I start talking about those algorithms, it's going to get crazy, right? Explain first in OAD. I don't know what that means, Rahul. Sorry. Okay. So the point very simply is, how do we sort the array using that method, right? The JavaScript method, which I was talking about. Okay, guys? It's like this. Okay. अरे जाऊंगा ना राहुल बाबा, 5 मिनट तो दो ना यार. So guys, it's like this. You have an array, right? Okay, you have this array. We had, okay, where was my ARR? Okay, my ARR looked like this: 1, 4, 3, 2, 0, -1, -2. Okay, this was my ARR, right? So the JavaScript method works in this manner, that you take this array, okay, and just like we had used slice, splice, push, pop, all these things, you write something like this. Just look at my code. You say my ARR. Let me just zoom in for you guys. You say my ARR, okay? Then you say dot sort, okay? If you just call it, did you see what happened, guys? The array was automatically sorted, right? It took the array and it just sorted the array, right? Now, the beauty of this sort function is that it takes another function. Okay, I know that sounds crazy, but if you remember in the last class, what we had studied is we had studied about function expressions, right? So those function expressions were things which can just be treated as normal variables, right? So in my ARR.sort, when you're calling it, you can just pass in a function, right? Or a functional expression. So it looks like this. So I say my ARR.sort, and inside this guy, I pass a function. Okay. And this function is unique in the sense that it gets two arguments. Okay. Of course, we can name them anything. So I say A, and the second argument is B, right? Now, the JavaScript sort function says, ki bhai, whichever way you want to sort me, just tell me this thing. Okay. What I will do is I will run this function on every two elements of the array, right? Samajhna ek baar guys how it works. So what JavaScript now is going to do is this A comma B, right, that you see on the screen. JavaScript will take this as A and this as B. Okay. It will take every two element in the array, every possible combination. Okay. 1 or 4 ko uthayega, 1 or -2 ko uthayega, 1 or -1 ko uthayega, 4 and -2, 4, all of these combinations JavaScript is going to take. Okay. Then what it says is if the A element, right? So what you need to do is you need to basically differentiate between A and B, right? What I'm trying to tell you guys is this function needs to return the difference between A and B. Okay? Dhyan se samajhna. So when I say return A minus B, okay, let's just see what happens. It sorted the array in ascending order, right? Now, if I had said return B minus A, watch what happens. The array got sorted in this order, right? In descending order. Earlier wo sort ho raha tha ascending order mein. Okay. What I'm trying to tell you is very simple. Okay. The way it works is if the difference between these two, okay, is greater than 0, okay, then it will sort, then it will, how it works is, it will take the first element before the last element. Again, let's try to understand this. Let's say मैंने A और B को उठाया, right, which was 1 and 4, correct? I said A is 1, B is 4, right? So I do 1 minus 4, which is -3, okay? So this means I will sort the array because this is A minus B is less than 0. I will sort the array in ascending order. If we reverse the two, okay, it means I will sort the array in descending order. Make sense? Guys, chat is open now. Baki log, I'll explain it many times again, don't worry, but this was the first draft. Just wanted to see kitne logo ko aa gaya. Arey wow, Sai is clear, very, very good, yaar. I will repeat it irrespective. Abhi samjhata hu. Just do this meanwhile. Just take 2 minutes. No one will talk anything. एक बार just look at what I have done on the screen. Nothing else. ठीक है? Just look on this screen for 2 minutes. Nothing else. अरे मेरे भाई 2 मिनट कोड देख लो, हिंदी में बता दूंगा। 2 मिनट बोला ना कोड देखने को, सुन लिया करो यार। Okay, making sense, guys? I'll explain it now again. But before I start, does it make more sense to anyone? Syntax समझ में आ गया सबको? What I have done? Okay. Syntax क्या है, guys? Again, let me repeat myself. Syntax is very simple. आपने देखा है my ARR in your array you have slice method, splice method, push method, pop method, many things, right? In this guy, this is a peculiar example. ठीक है? इसमें क्या होता है कि आपके पास आप एक फंक्शन पास करते हो, ठीक है? एरे क्या करेगा, उस फंक्शन को चलाएगा हर एक एलिमेंट के ऊपर, ठीक है? In that case, what happens is you have to take 2 elements of the array. इसमें क्या है, A और B है, right? A and B are elements of the array, right? Now it works like this. It works like this, that if this function returns a negative value, right? मैं यहाँ पे एक -1 भी return कर सकता था, very simply समझ लेना. If I return a -1 negative value, the array is sorted like this. If I were to return a positive value, the array is still sorted like this. The point that I'm trying to make is very simple. Since we want to sort the array in various types of ways, right? एक बार my ARR को देखो. This is my ARR, ठीक है? Look at this, guys. My ARR got sorted. That's fine. कुछ पता ही नहीं लग रहा है. Hang on. Let me get the unsorted version. Okay, yes. ठीक है? Hang on, ना guys, बता रहा हूँ यार, 1 minute. My ARR is looking like this, right? It's not sorted anymore. Okay. The syntax is this. You say my ARR dot sort. What it takes a comparator function. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'll say my ARR dot sort. Okay. In that function, there are 2 arguments, A, B. Okay. Now, depending, what it means is I'm taking 2 elements of the array. Imagine like this, right? I'm taking a A and I'm taking a B. Okay. What has to happen now? I have to compare these 2 elements, right? Right. So if I return the first element minus the second element, okay, the array gets sorted in increasing order. Okay. Simple सा है, समझ लो. Now I'll unsort the array again. इसका उल्टा, if I took it as B minus A, right, then what the compiler will do, it will sort in the reverse order. Simple है guys, इससे ज़्यादा है नहीं. Make sense? People, is it making sense now? Simple. Array dot sort function. Function has 2 arguments. Just arrange the 2 arguments. A minus B, B minus A. It will just change the order of sorting. ओके, ए एंड बी की वैल्यू कैसे ले रहा है, चलो वो भी समझा देता हूँ. ओके, बहुत सिंपल है ना तरीका जानने का. व्हाट वी कैन डू इज फंक्शन है, वी कैन से console.log a comma b. Make sense? Press enter. What JavaScript did? सारे एलिमेंट्स उसने कंपेयर कर दिए, राइट. 4 and 1 पहले कंपेयर किया गाइस, 3 and 4 कंपेयर किया, 3 and 1 कंपेयर किया, 3 and 4 कंपेयर किया. It just compared all of these elements and then just arranged those elements. Got it? So it's not magic happening. जैसे Ajay was asking. Ajay, the compiler is actually computing it for you, right? The compiler will anyway check all the elements, right, in pairs. You just need to tell the compiler, hey, I want these things to be arranged like this. That's it. When you say first element minus second element, it will be in ascending order. Right? Like this is ascending order. When you flip it, of course, it will be in descending order. ठीक है guys, complex तो नहीं है ना? Okay, few quick things here. There is no type of sorting. There are algorithms for sorting, right? There is no type of sorting. First of all, let's just get clear on one thing. There is nothing as good sorting or bad sorting. There are various algorithms for sorting. Some of the examples are quick sort, bubble sort, selection sort, insertion sort, and many, many more, right? Heap sort, my favorite, right? Now, different languages under the hood perform different types of sorting algorithms, right? Now, I will talk more about, your DSA instructor will talk more about this, okay? Later on. Anyway, the point is this, that there was an array in JavaScript which needs to be sorted. We use the sort function. It takes an argument as the function. जिसके internally दो argument होते हैं, A and B. The order in which you return is the order how it will sort it. इतना समझ में आ गया तो I can talk about the next thing. Tarun. Tarun आ गया समझ में? ठीक है. Okay. Now, right now, what we saw is these were just numbers, है ना? Right, guys? But there can be a case when these are not numbers, these are objects, right? Array hai bhai, you can put anything inside the array, right? Now, I want to put a particular type of object in this array, okay? So we talked about the famous car object, right? So let's say it's a simple car object today. There is a car, right, which has two things, okay? There is a name and there is a horsepower, HP बोल देंगे, ठीक है? HP is a number. Let's say car 1 had 56. इसका नाम था, I don't know, car A, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do is, this is one object. I will develop an array of objects. Okay, I can do that. So let's just watch this here, guys. What I am going to do is, I will have an array, right? Let's call it cars. Okay. This is an array of objects. So the object is name, A, HP, 5. Okay. Similarly, many more. Okay, so इस कार का नाम A था, इस कार का नाम let's say B था, इसकी HP थी 3, इस कार का नाम C था, इसकी HP थी 2, इस कार का नाम D था, इसकी HP थी I don't know 8. Okay, this car had an HP of 7. Its name was E. This car's name was F. It had an HP of 0. Stupid car. Right? This car's name was G. HP was 9. Okay. Enter. So what does cars look like? Cars is an array of 7 objects. Okay. What does it look like? A की HP 5 है, B की 3 है, C की 2 है, D की 8, 7, 0 and 9. Guys, समझ में आ गया क्या किया? Everyone? Okay. The question now is very simple. And I'm sure all of you have already imagined the question also. The question is this. Hey, there is an array of cars which are arranged like this. How do I sort them? That's it. Okay. Now, the answer is remarkably simple. Okay. So now, cars dot sort. Okay. If you do this, this will not work because it's not an array of numbers, it's an array of objects. Okay, Vishal? What we need to do is, of course, we need to give the function. Okay, and remember, now we know arrow functions also. So जैसे हमने function करके दिया, we can give an arrow function also. So this time I'll give an arrow function so that all of you guys get good practice. Cool. So function is like this. It will take again 2 elements, which I can call, let's say I call it car1, second ko maine bola car2. Inside this function, what I need to do is very simple again. I have to tell, hey, car1 dot HP, right? Because I know that's a number. So I will say car return car1 dot HP minus car2 dot HP. Shall I press enter? Shall we try this? Let's see the array now. Done. I'll get back to you, Pallavi. पहले बताओ समझ में आया या नहीं? Arrow से मत डरो यार, उसकी जगह function लिख दो. If that makes you feel, भूल दो इसको. ऐसे लिख दो. I will repeat it, don't worry. Guys, if you understood, say yes or no, yaar. Last वाला समझ में आया था? Sai, Bodla, Sai, did you understand the last one? When I say last one, I mean the other Sai, Bodla, Sai Kumar. So what have I done here? Let's say there was a variable which was called car1. Okay. It had A, its name was X, its HP was 10. Okay. If I had to access the HP of this car, what would I do? I will say car1.hp. Is that clear, Sai Bodla, Sai Kumar, just for avoiding confusion? Is that clear, Sai Kumar? How you access the elements of an object? Then, Baba, why do you have a doubt? We said cars, which was an array of these objects, right? I say cars.sort, just like I did there, numbers.sort. It took a function, right? Like I mentioned, when you are running this function, it will take every 2 elements of the array, all pairs. So it took this element, let's say, and this element, for example, right? But now I know those elements are actually objects and they are not numbers, right? So instead of subtracting the numbers, I'm saying car1.hp minus car2.hp because it's an object, right? And I know that each object has HP inside it. So I read HP from this guy and maybe from this guy. And I did the exact same thing. Sai Kumar. अरे यार मयंक, car2 minus car1 is nonsense, right? सोच के तो देखो. Car is an object. क्या आप objects को subtract कर सकते हो मयंक? Subtract तो numbers को ही करोगे ना बाबा. Yes, it's performing mathematics, guys. It's just comparing two numbers. Why are you guys getting confused? It's just subtracting two numbers, right? So I am giving it two numbers. Okay, that's a valid question, Ajay. Let's try that. So let's say I wanted to again, the concept remains the same. Okay. Can you subtract two strings? Okay. Let's just look at it like that. Okay. So let's say you had two strings. str1 is A, str2 is B. Okay. I say str1 minus str2. Right. Definitely, I can't do the subtraction of them, right? Then how do I compare strings? Okay. See, the answer is very simple. ध्यान से समझना, guys. We need to convert the string into a number, right? Now you know, right, that strings can also be compared like numbers, right? Guys, do you understand what I'm talking about? Okay. How does it work? str1 we had, str2 we had. Okay. What I can do is, I'm teaching you, yaar, ruko na. str1 dot locale compare is a string method, like we have array methods. And inside this, I pass the other string, right? Now, what it's going to do is, it's going to give you the distance between the two strings, right? A और B का distance कितना है, Pratik? The distance is 1. Pratik, you asked the question, answer. Okay. If I were to flip it, B और A के बीच का distance is 1. That's why, Mohit, this is your answer, Mohit. A minus B किया उसने, the answer is -1. B minus A किया, the answer is A. Clear? A minus B, B minus A. Flip. ठीक है? इसकी जगह C दे देते, let's say, just giving it. So again, B minus C is -1. F दे देते is also -1, right? Why? Because it just sees, hey, whether this string is bigger than this string, right? If this string is bigger, then it will give you -1. If this one is bigger, it will give you +1. If they are equal, it will give you 0. Okay. So if you want to compare capital B with a small b, the answer is still 1. Clear? No, you can't use. You can just use the string method. You can only compare numbers like that. Now, अब आते हैं मयंक आपके क्वेश्चन पे. Now the question is, देखो, array dot sort को कोई मतलब नहीं है how you do the comparison, right? Array dot sort सिर्फ इतना बोलता है, hey, if you tell me the first one is bigger than the second one, I will just listen to you. ठीक है? I will not question you and I will just sort the array accordingly. ठीक है? Guys, making sense? Array dot sort does not care which one is actually bigger or smaller, right? When you are doing A minus B, when it's a number, then if A is bigger, you are getting a positive number. जिसका मतलब है sort like this. If you're doing B minus A and it's a bigger number, it goes like this. Okay. In strings, I just gave you today a mechanism to compare strings, right? Simply use that mechanism. Okay, let's do this. So Abhi cars is an unsorted. I will say cars. Oh, no. First we'll do this. Okay. We'll sort cars by HP. Okay. Ab if you look at the cars, they become sorted like F, C, B, A, E, D, G. Correct? Now what I'm going to do is I'll say cars dot sort. Okay. Cars dot sort, car1 dot name dot locale compare car2 dot name. Okay. Now we know this guy is either going to return -1 +1 or 0. Enter करो. Look at the result. Clear, guys? Clear है? Simple logic. If the sorting function returns -1, ascending -1, descending, if it returns 0, no change. ठीक है? मेरे भाई दोनों को नहीं सॉर्ट कर सकते, प्लीज सॉर्ट एक ही चीज पे करोगे. लोकेल कंपेयर इज अ मेथड, इज अ स्ट्रिंग मेथड. जैसे आरे के बहुत सारे मेथड है ना पल्लवी, आपके पास आरे में 1 2 3 4 डाला हुआ है, आप इसमें पुश कर देते हो कभी, है ना 5, कभी आप इससे पॉप कर देते हो, राइट, कभी आप अनशिफ्ट कर देते हो, कभी आप शिफ्ट कर देते हो, कभी आप सॉर्ट कर देते हो, राइट. Similarly, strings also have their methods. ठीक है, मान लो यहाँ पे there's a string A, right? I want to compare it with a string S. I can say string 1 dot locale compare second string. Answer is -1 because of course S is bigger, right? If you had a Z here, things will be different. +1. If both were S, 0. Any doubts, guys? Absolutely clear. यार सब बोलो ना गाइस. सोनू भाई अगर ऑनलाइन हो तो बोलो. शुभम क्लियर है? सॉर्टिंग हार्ड है गाइस? इज सॉर्टिंग हार्ड? हार्ड और सिंपल? जिससे सिंपल और हार्ड. हार्ड या लिखो, सिंपल लिखो. सिंपल है ना. द पॉइंट आई एम ट्राइंग टू मेक इज डोंट गेट स्कैर्ड ऑफ स्टूपिड स्टफ. नथिंग. डोंट लुक एट थिंग्स लाइक हार्ड और सिंपल. ठीक है, either you know or you don't know. RV, it does not compare the actual difference between the string, right? It just checks अगर वो उससे छोटा है तो -1, अगर वो उससे बड़ा है तो +1, अगर it's the same तो 0. That's it. It's not the actual distance it's comparing. Okay. Okay. We talked about sort. Okay. Now, can I scroll up a bit? There's nothing to scroll यार यहाँ पे. There's nothing to scroll here. If you want to see this, I can just bring this up again. Okay. Yes. What do we study next? Yes, we have done sorting of arrays. Now, the actual algorithms for sorting of the array, while I would love to cover them, but in this course, they are not very relevant. Okay, guys? If I was taking DSA, then I would be teaching you how to write the algorithm for sorting. Everyone fine with that? चलेगा ना सबको, guys? Okay, okay. Just understand this for now, and okay, cool. Now coming to the next part. Yes, the next part that I wanted to cover today is the do-while loop, right? I should take DSA. Chinmay, buddy, if I had time na, I would have definitely taken it, but I really don't, yaar. Rahul, I will tell you later na. If you Google this simply, you will get your answer. अमित सर FB जा रहा होता तो ज्यादा टाइम होता, अभी टाइम नहीं है. Function, okay, the function is print numbers between 1 to 100. Yeah, pehle Harish, just think about what you're saying. Just think about what you're saying. Refine your question and then ask me that question. Okay, the point is we want to print numbers from 1 to 100. Can anyone tell me how we can do that? By means of all the JS जो हमें अभी आती है. Okay, for loop is one way to go about it. Okay, okay. For while कुछ नहीं होता, Jerry. Say while or say for. For while क्या होता है? Okay. So for loop. So say for and while then. Okay. But now, since we want to talk about the do while loop, we will use a do while loop. Okay. So what is this so-called do while loop? Believe me, it's underwhelming when I teach you what it is. Okay. So this is, so basically what these loops do, when you had a while loop, okay, there was a condition in here. Okay. Up until the time this condition is true, this guy keeps executing again and again, right? Jab tak this condition is true. So what it does is it executes this block of code and then checks the condition. Okay? This is while loop. Okay. For loop, again, very simple. It has a variable which keeps incrementing. For loop bahut baar kiya hai, boring hai. Okay. This one is called the do while loop. Okay. So do body while condition. Do while and condition. Let me explain it. Very easy, don't worry. Let me pause the chat here because you guys are very, very cool. Okay, so you have a do, a body, and a while. Cool. What happens is it will enter this bracket irrespective of whatever this condition is, pehli bar, right? What I'm trying to say is this thing will run. Okay, this guy is going to run. Then it will check for the condition. Okay, guys. So it will run this, check for the condition. If the condition is true, it will again run this. It just keeps going like this. So what is the difference between a while loop and a do while loop? It's very simple actually. I'll just write a while loop here. Let's say this is a while loop. In while loop, you enter this place, the body of the loop, only if the condition is true for the first time. Okay? But in do while loop, I mean, you will only enter agar while true hai, matlab while has a true condition. But in do while loop, what will happen is it will enter this loop even when pehli bar it will not check the condition. That's what I'm trying to say. Because after running this code, it will check the condition. Okay. In while, before running the code, it will check the condition. That's the only difference. Any questions with the explanation before I start typing the code? Understood? Do whatever statement there is while check the condition. If it's true, again do it. Cool. Okay. So the question was, correct Tarun, ये एक बार जरूर रन होता है. Do वाला bracket एक बार जरूर चलता है, उसके बाद while में कुछ होता है. ठीक है? Okay. Now coming back inside this guy. Print numbers between 1 to 100. There is no result they give, Sai. They just repeat things. Now, what do you want to do with that repetition is up to you. Okay. So I'll just have a variable which is called I. I'll set it to 0. Okay, I'll say do console.log I. Okay, I'll actually make I as 1. Okay, then I'll have a condition here while I is less than equal to 100. Cool. And then I'll just press enter. And now, since it's a part of this function, I will call this function and let's see what happens. What will happen, guys? Can anyone tell me? Yes, Amit. No, it's an infinite loop. अरे यार infinite loop है कोई तो बोलो. Because I have never incremented I, so I is always 1. This will always be true, and we clearly made an infinite loop. Good. I wanted you guys to capture this. I have put an I plus plus यहाँ पे. ठीक है? Enter. Now I will run it without asking you. Okay, go. And done. So started from 1, went all the way to 100. Clear hai, guys? Is it hard? Is anything about do while loop hard, complicated? That's the point. Okay. Okay. So now we know the do while loop. We know how we sort arrays, right? We know about objects also. We know about arrow functions, right? I'll just repeat arrow functions ek bar aur because some of you guys had trouble with arrow functions. And then I'll just talk more about some of the more important array functions, right? Sir, this is 1 to 100. Not between 1 to 100. So this is between 1 to 100 with 1 and 100 included. I was trying to learn this. I ain't getting to realize any condition as to why a loop be required to run once. In case you may suggest one practical application. Amit, to be honest, there isn't a lot of application to this. Whenever it comes to it, you will so honestly, in these so many years that I've been coding, I've never used a do while loop. Right? Probably I've always used a while loop, not even the for loop, honestly. So probably a place where you can use it is, there are things which definitely have to run for the first time. Okay. I mean, I'm not able to think of a simple example right now. So the way your garbage collection in RAM works, right? It works like this, that it runs for the first time. And if it definitely runs for the first time, and if it's not able to clear up the RAM in the first time, it will run again. Okay? So in that case, if you just put a do while loop, okay, what will happen is it will just run the RAM cleaning function. So it will look like this, right? Do clean RAM. Basically, this guy will do the job of cleaning RAM while RAM not equal to RAM dot is not clean. Something like this. Okay, so definitely run it for the first time. If then it is not clean, keep running it. But run it for the first time. Something like this, you can imagine in a practical use case. Yes, anything works. Yeah. Menu driven program, ठीक है Bharti. I mean, if you want to implement it like that, sure. I mean, see, use cases are something that we can invent always, right? So it's like this. Cool. Okay. Next is Next is we talking about arrow functions, because one of you asked what is an arrow function, and that really felt bad. Okay, so what is an arrow function? Like you have regular functions which have a name and they have something inside this. You similarly have the concept of arrow functions, right? Or anonymous functions, right? So anonymous functions look like this. They don't have a name. They are functional expressions which are stored in a variable, right? So let's say I have let my func. This is a functional expression and not a function. And here I say function and I just keep writing something inside. A console.log. Okay. And then if I call my func, it will behave as if it's the function, right? But it's actually a functional expression. So my func abc, and that's what it will log, because it is just a function to which you're passing a parameter and it's just logging that parameter. Okay. So another more concise way of doing this is using the arrow function. So how we can do that is let my func is equal to arrow function. And name console.log. Name. My func. My name. Okay, so hello, my name. Cool. Again, last one was functional expression, right? This is also functional expression. Any place where you are assigning a function like this to a expression or to a variable, it's called functional expression. Ajay, we have discussed this in the last class. Guys, you're not revising. We have discussed this in much detail. I'm just revising right now. Okay. Next one, for the sort one, because some person asked this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, this is already sorted. Anyway, I'll reverse sort this. Okay, I could have used the arrow function. It just saves me a lot of time. After could we use direct function? Hello. I don't know what you mean. ARR.sort. Pass two things to it. A comma B, arrow, right? Just say A minus B. Since it's an arrow function and it's a one-liner arrow function, you don't have to do what? You don't have to write the return statement. Whatever you write here will automatically be returned. So I do this and ARR is reverse sorted. So extremely small, chota ho jata hai. Makes it more concise. Yeah. Cool. Guys, yes or no? Jaldi bolo. Okay, so we talked about arrow functions, we talked about functional expressions, we talked about do while loop, arrow functions, sorting, objects अपन ने cover कर लिया था. What else is left? We can talk about some of the array methods, okay? Because array methods are something which are very important. And this is before I start objects and other things, okay? So then things will actually start hitting more and more things. Cool. Okay, before I start array functions, I just want you guys to get familiar with one concept. Okay. मैंने last class में बोला था guys, JavaScript is one language where you can store the reference to a function in a variable. ठीक है? कुछ भी complex नहीं बोला मैंने यहाँ पे. All I'm saying is this. Okay. I can say let my func not sure what you want to say, Abhishek. Is this guy. Mirror. It just mirrors whatever you write to it. Okay. So let mirror is equal to A. I mean, it is a function which takes one argument A and console.log kar deta usko. ठीक है? So I can say mirror. I can pass my name to it. and will just return my name. Okay, whatever I pass to it, it just passes back. Right? So if I say ABC, it just gives ABC. Anonymous functions are functions which do not have a name. Functional expression is something where you are using an anonymous function. So of course, one is using the other, but strictly ऐसा बोलना that they are same is not the right thing to say. Anonymous का मतलब होता है something which does not have a name. Are we clear या नहीं? जल्दी बोला करो यार. And we are giving by functional right. क्या लिख रहे हो? And we are giving by क्या मतलब है इसका? Okay. I answered this in my mock. Okay, good. Mank. Good to know that. ठीक है. My mirror is a function जिसका आप जो भी लिखोगे, it will just mirror it. ठीक है? Okay. Now, what I am trying to say is, okay, let's just make it a bit more interesting. Guys, okay. Now, just like array has a lot of methods, right? Strings also have a lot of methods, right? One of the methods is to convert it into an array. Okay. Got it? So how we convert it into an array? We just say split, right? And it will just break down into an array. Okay? Guys, making sense? So I did some string dot split, उससे पूरा string array में टूट गया, right? Now arrays have a method which is called join. Okay? What join does is it just brings the string together. Okay? So if I do this and I say join, and of course join के बारे में हमने बात की थी, you have to specify किसके साथ join करना है. So if I say with this, it will just return the same string, right? But we are very smart and we know that arrays also have a method which is called reverse. Remember everyone, reverse. Okay. So what I can do is I can just say dot reverse. What that will do is that will flip the array and then I will join it and this will essentially reverse the string, right? Understood? Guys, समझ में आया? Why am I doing this? Just to make things interesting for you. Mirror का काम होता है चीजों को उल्टा करके दिखाना, right? Lateral inversion. So instead of some string, I'm just going to call it A. So now when I say mirror of Pankaj, it gives me this thing. Pretty cool, right? It inverts everything that you send to it. कुछ भी नहीं किया, क्या कर रहा है? A लिया, split किया, will break down into an array, reverse किया, join कर दिया. That's it. Clear ना guys with this much? This is also in the assignment. Okay, so now I'm covering the assignment. Happy? Okay, join फिर से बता देते हैं अमित को. Amit sir, if you have an array, let's say of strings, A, B, C, and D, F. Okay. When you say join, right, what it will do is it will join everything with a comma. Okay. So by default, it takes a comma, but let's say you wanted to change कि आपको किसके साथ join करना है. You can join them with a dash. You can join them with a P, right? Or you can join them with nothing, which basically means like this. अरे बाबा join कर दिया रवि भाई तो string बन गई ना. String पे reverse method नहीं होता. नहीं तो मैं string सीधा नहीं reverse कर देता. Join works with arrays. Join is an array method. Split is a string method. Are we clear? Okay, I don't know what you're saying now, but I hope you're clear. So mirror of ABC is CPA. Okay. Okay. Now, but why am I telling you all of this? The point is, Yes, space will add space. Okay, the point is, if that's what I'm trying to tell you is, now mirror, what is mirror, right? If I say mirror, JavaScript compiler just says, hey, it's a function which looks like this, right? It is just telling me that it's a function which looks like this. Now, the cool thing about JavaScript is you can just treat it as a normal variable, this whole function. आप ऐसा और किसी भी language में नहीं कर सकते. Now you can store this function, let's say, into another variable. So I can say let mirror me is equal to mirror. ठीक है? अब क्या हुआ guys? Mirror me became mirror. So if I say mirror me, it's also the same function, right? It's pointing to the same function, right? Things were fine till here, right? But then what can happen is, just understand this concept, बहुत ध्यान से please. Let's say function, right? I am going to call it mirror maze, I guess. Okay. Inside this, I'm going to pass my mirror function, right? तो इसका एक argument मैं रखने वाला हूँ mirror me, और एक मैं रखने वाला हूँ normal string. Okay. What I'm going to do inside this function, please guys ध्यान से समझना. I'll say console.log reverse of normal string is mirror me. I know that's a function, normal string. Okay. All I have to do now is I have to call mirror maze with my mirror me function, या फिर mirror function, कुछ भी कर लो, दोनों same है, and with some string. So I'm going to call it with okay. When I press enter, reverse if Tarun is undefined, right? Why is that happening? Because mirror me is console.logging this guy, NURAT, but it's not returning anything. अगर return करता तो वो print भी हो जाता. So what a small change that we can make to mirror me, कहाँ गया? Mirror, is instead of console.logging, we'll start returning this. Okay, it's an arrow function, so returning just means this. Okay. Now, if I call mirror maze with mirror and this guy, I press enter. Reverse of Tarun is this. Oh, just cleaning it up. Is everyone clear what I have done? क्या किया guys? एक function create किया, उसको एक variable में डाला, एक और function बनाया, जिसमें वो function pass कर दिया, right? Sounds complicated as F. I meant fun. So mirror maze has mirror me, which is a function, and then there was a normal string here, right? And yeah, that's it. So this mirror me was in fact a function. Crazy. It's अरे क्या बोल रहे हो, मैं thumbnail तो लिखा है अभी, dot split dot join और वो सब करके. Guys, are you able to understand it? So this was function number 1. This was function number 2. Let mirror क्या करता है? एक string लेता है. ठीक है, ये अच्छा नहीं लग रहा. Let me make it thing. Splits it, reverses it, joins it, which essentially creates the reverse of a string. I just take this variable, I pass it into another function, right? The point that I'm trying to make is in JavaScript, you can do stuff like this. You can pass one function to another function, right? That's my only point. Please add curly to normal string. Why should I add that? Not really, Chinmay. This is called a higher order function. A function which takes another function is a higher order function. Yes, नागेंद्र बाबू क्लोजर भी बताएंगे नेक्स्ट क्लास में. रुक जाओ यार धीरे धीरे प्लीज. अरे इट्स अ वेरिएबल सिद्दीक भाई, क्या लिखना है? सिद्दीक लिख दूं उसका नाम तो ठीक हो जाएगा सब. ये लो. ये लो. ये सब मत पूछो यार अब. Guys, variable name pe you can't get confused now. We've been doing this for some time. Revise the lectures, please. I think I'll stop here. I'll stop here. I can understand. Maybe it's getting complicated for others. See, guys, of course you need practice and you need a lot of practice. But if you are able to understand this, that's all you need. ठीक है? उसके बाद 10 बार पढ़ो ना जाके. Watch my lecture 10 times. Who's stopping you? Okay, so just keep revising these. See, whatever I'm telling you, these are pure concepts. Pure concepts. I can tell you this, that there is no better way of teaching this. Okay? I know this very well. I'm teaching you in the purest form. I don't have any doubts about this. कि मैं confuse हो जाऊंगा or anything like that, right? I know what it is. I'm just putting right there in front of you. Now it's for you to absorb, right? So some of my students, which I had taught last year, Newton School, they are still watching those videos after 1.5 years, and they're saying that every time we watch it, they make more sense to us. So I'm not saying that I'm teaching very well. That's not the point. What I'm telling you is this is pure concept. This is as pure as it gets, right? So there is nothing after this, right? If you understand this, that's the end of it, guys, honestly. Okay. Abhi, when we get more and more into JavaScript, 10 बार देखो ना videos, what's the problem? Watch it 10 times. Watch it 20 times. The concept is right here. एक बार पढ़ा दिया. उसके बाद if you guys don't practice, and then things will not happen, na baba. Practice is something. Code, I can't write code for you. Okay. Anyway, are we clear with this? What I have just told? Is there any doubt? Please ask me to repeat. Otherwise, okay, I will repeat once. What have I? So everything that I have done is only written in these 2 lines. Okay. What I've done, let's understand this. I created a function. जिसका नाम था mirror. What it does, it takes a string. This is an arrow function, right? Mirror का काम क्या है, guys? एक string लेता है, उसको flip कर देता है. कैसे करता है? पहले string dot split किया, right? What that will do is that will break the string into an array. ठीक है? उसके बाद उस पर reverse किया, that will reverse the array, right? उसको join कर दिया. So basically you get a string which is reversed. ठीक है? So that is what the mirror function is about. I said mirror, and I can say whatever here. I can say Mayank, and apparently the reverse of Mayank's name is this. Okay. Then I did create a function which is called mirror maze. ठीक है? ये 2 चीजें करता है. It takes 2 arguments. One function is mirror me. मैंने ऐसे नाम दे दिया कुछ भी. The other is the string that I want to mirror. ठीक है? I called mirror maze with 2 things. One is the mirror function itself, जो हमने बनाया था, and the other is with the string that I want to mirror. ठीक है? इस function के अंदर I just wrote reverse of the string, which is the variable name is Siddiq. So the reverse of Tarun is जो mirror में pass किया था उसको call कर दिया on that string. जब यहाँ पे कॉल किया मयंक पे तो ये मिल गया, तरुण पे कॉल किया तो ये मिल गया. What is the doubt? Where is the doubt? Mayank, Sachin. Is everyone clear? बोलो ना भाई चैट पे. Sorry. Cool. We'll stop here for today then. That's going to be a problem this time, Tarun, because today I have written all of the code on the terminal, on the Chrome console. So we didn't write anything on the repository. Last is pushed. Please pull it. No, I can